What is up, disc golfers? Today on Iceberg TV, I am returning for another installment to the fan favorite series, Weird Stuff Wednesdays. Today we have the world famous turbo putter. And before I explain the turbo putter in its entirety, I want to explain what a turbo putt is. So a turbo putt is very different from a traditional style putt that you would see most players choose to do, which looks something like that. Now the turbo putt is a putt where you put your fingers up on the edge of the disc like this, and then you place your thumb somewhere in the middle and putt more like this with a spin. Now, before you count out turbo putting entirely, the first time I was introduced to turbo putting, it was from 1987 Disc Golf World Champ Greg Hosfeld. I played a casual round with him in early 2018 before I even started playing disc golf, really. I was just going out for a casual round because there was a course nearby when I was in Florida. I bumped into someone who happened to be a previous world champ, and I kid you not, he shot 18 under par at a course in Florida, and he only turbo putted on every hole. He was using this big old fat plastic putter, upside down turbo putting, just like this. Now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the video. I actually haven't, those are the first throws I've done with this thing, so we're gonna try to throw it. And yeah, I wanna give you guys a little bit of backstory so you know what a turbo putt is, sort of what players have used it, and yeah, let's get into the video. That's actually sick. It comes out of the hand so well. So if you can't already tell, I'll just explain it to you guys. The turbo putter has two unique features on the disc. It's not round like a normal disc. It has these little sort of saw blade type edges. You can really see it when I rotate it like this. So not only does it have the saw blade edges, which are really comfortable to place your fingers in between like this, you also have this cool little spiral on it here. So no matter how you want to grip it, you can have your thumb in different places. So if you have smaller hands, you probably want it more towards the outside. And those of you with bigger hands, you're gonna want it more towards the inside. I prefer it more on the inside, but it actually feels pretty darn good. Now we'll try and throw it like with real throws a few times, but it's incredibly thin. Like there's almost not even a rim to hold on to. I can kind of get it with the pinch grip if you hold it in just the right spot. So we'll give it a few throws and see if it's stable or if it's flippy in the air. Oh! That's the that's the flippiest disc ever made. That comes out of the hand so clean and so nice. So if you look, it says that it's PDGA approved just up here on the top of the disc. So these turbo putters were originally PDGA approved over a decade ago now, and they decided that this disc did not meet the guidelines that the PDGA was happy with. So to my understanding, they gave a 1-year grace period for people who had the ones that were molded PDGA approved. So they had 1 more year where they could actually use these in competition. But then once that grace period was over, they were unable to use these for competition anymore. I'm not exactly sure why, because putting with this is actually a unique experience. And I think if discs like this were allowed, discs with these more really specific modifications with specific purposes, maybe you would see more players turbo putting and doing more unique styles of throws, because they would actually have, you know, a more unique option to support that type of throw, because this thing actually comes out of the hand really nicely. I mean, I guess it's good for rollers. When it comes to turbo putting with it, it actually feels quite good. And I'm actually thoroughly impressed. I'm not a turbo putter. I've turbo putted a few times when you have to maybe go over a bush, or maybe you have a super high elevated basket and it's like your only option because you don't want to just like normal putt it into the cage. But that turbo putter is pretty sweet, and I'm really enjoying throwing it. It's super fun. Ugh. I think that went farther than my backhand, I would say. If you used to play basketball and you're kind of used to flicking your wrist, like on a jump shot or something, that's the kind of motion you want to do on this turbo putt. It's really like a, kind of like throwing a football too. Like you really want to kind of spin it in there. You really want to encourage the rotation. Check out this guy. We got a little nature moment here, Simon Lizotte style. King of the streetlight. Very cool. I would like to get one birdie with this thing. Hole 6 is a 203-foot hole. So this is my chance. We're going to obviously go backhand roller because that's the only thing that it can do. Depending on how that rolled, that might be okay. All right, guys, I have terrible news. I've been looking for over an hour now. I don't know what happened, but it's gone. It's rolled into the woods. I've been digging around in the woods for over an hour. The turbo putt is gone. So the story ends just as fast as it has begun. But I think the turbo putt has a really interesting history. And the fact that it was once PDGA approved and then pulled from approval, I found extremely interesting. And I thought it was really enjoyable to come and learn about the disc. And yeah, come out and throw it for myself. Do I think it's a great disc? No. Do I think it should be PDGA approved? Yes. I think they should honor that because it is a piece of disc golf history from Quest AT. And I think Quest was doing a lot of really unique things with a lot of their different molds. And I think the turbo putt being PDGA approved isn't damaging the integrity of the game. And if a player chooses to turbo putt, I think that's a unique decision in and of itself. And I think they deserve to have a putter designed specifically for turbo putting. So yeah, I don't know. I think the turbo putter should be a putter that's PDGA approved. I think they should bring it back if they can. Keep producing them. Make them PDGA approved again. If people want to use them, they should be able to use them. It's obviously no clear advantage. It's very uncomfortable to learn with. I mean, if you got good at it, it would probably be really good inside the circle. But again, there's only a few players that have been good at turbo putting. Johnny McRae, 1987 world champ Greg Hosfeld. Those are really the only two guys that are crushing it on the turbo putts. And yeah, anyway, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. You guys are watching Iceberg TV. Thank you so much for watching Weird Stuff Wednesdays, and take care.